good. Okay, very good.
Good morning and welcome to another episode of Hard Factor. It is Tuesday, January 26th, 2021, episode number 611. I'm Will. We got Mark and Wes here today as well. Pat, the Beeve, is still moving up to Rutherford, New Jersey. I keep wanting to say New York City, but it's Rutherford, New Jersey.
No, it's Rutherford.
Yeah. He always reminds me when I say New York City, so.
Right. That's his cross to bear, Rutherford. You mentioned it earlier on the Patreon show, which you can go check out.
Oh, yeah, you guys want to check that out. It's a fun one today.
Absolutely. Patreon.com/hardfactor. But we're talking about how many shows we've done, and we're like more like 700 or more because of all the radio shows we did. And I think that also knowing us, I'm positive knowing us that we say it's number 611, but we definitely fucked up the numbers a little bit. It's probably more like 620 because
for sure,
we probably duplicated it. We did like episode 332 twice probably.
We've done it, for sure.
It's somewhere in the low 600s, but it's definitely not 611.
I just like adding the count because we've done so many now. So it sounds badass, right?
For sure.
Yeah. Like Joe Rogan's got like number 2,000 whatever every time he does a show. It sounds pretty cool. Also, a couple housekeeping things. Caveman Sam on Twitter, a genius. He said we should call the Biden update the Malarkey Minute, which is a really good name. Malarkey Minute is great. The Forerunner. It snowed a shitload in Reno, so I might have to resurrect it at all costs. I don't know what's going to happen, but I have to have four-wheel drive. It's nothing but ice on the roads out here. Mark mentioned the Hive Hour. Listen to that. Bubba, we were talking about human composting on there. Very interesting topic. Bubba asked me if I would be buried under a weed forest, and yes, Bubba found out the way I'd like to be passed on to the next
when you
life.
die, there's this new company that will compost you or turn you into mulch, and then your loved ones can either donate you to a garden, or they can take the mulch and then make your garden.
But I'm saying don't chop me up. Just plant me under the weed plants.
Oh, like your full body under the weed plants.
Yeah, full body. And then they can just feed off of me forever.
I thought you wanted weed to be grown out of your mulch.
Well, but it would be the same, except straight from my body.
Got it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, patreon.com/hardfactor to sign up for that.
I think I figured out what I want to do too is have my body thrown into the Chesapeake Bay and just have blue crabs
eat you to death.
Yeah,
That'd be awesome.
Yeah.
Because they were such delicious meals for you.
That's right.
Yeah, circle of life.
Yeah.
Circle of life.
Yeah.
That's incredible. Every time somebody eats a crab who's related to you, they're like, I bet I'm tasting West right now.
That's right.
That would make me want Carol Baskin to feed me to a tiger.
Yeah.
That's amazing. All right. Leeds is at 10 a.m. today. You know that we're on Leeds. You know that we're on the over.
Pacific time. It's like
MOT. 10 a.m. Pacific. So that's
1 p.m.
1
2
p.m.
Eastern. Yeah.
1 p.m. Eastern. Leeds on the telly today. And boys, final thing in the housekeeping, the clock is coming back. So I've already set you back 4 minutes here, but I'm going to give us a 35-minute warning because the shows have been getting a little long. So
I got to get going then.
Let's get going.
Okay. I got to get going. All right, guys. The House impeachment managers did their thing Monday night and strutted across the Capitol to read the second impeachment articles of Donald Trump to the Senate floor. They were like, doing like here's an image of them. They're doing like the stone cold do 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 do.
The glass breaks.
Yeah, the glass breaks.
Oh, they're so important.
Yeah. Couple of some badasses, the bad boys and girls of the House.
They chugging Coors Lights when they read
See
it.
the lighting that they put on for that fucking photo? Like, that's purposeful light. That's ridiculous.
Very ominous.
They got coming up from the floor.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah. So
Jackass.
that technically formally triggered the kickoff or start of former President Donald Trump's second impeachment when they read it to the Senate floor, and it also triggered Nancy Pelosi's first orgasm since the last impeachment trial.
Oh yeah, she's loving this. They're even calling it the sequel. They're dubbing it the sequel. I hate that.
Nice.
The media is like in on it. The sequel. Like,
But all sequels except for The Godfather 2 and Terminator 2, most sequels suck. So.
Well, the sequel is already starting out like it's going to be uphill battle for the sequel to be any good at all.
Let's get into that. So Vermont Democratic Senator Patrick Leahy trial, not Chief Justice John Roberts. Leahy is the president pro tempore of the Senate, and the Constitution says the Chief Justice presides when the person facing trial is the current president of the United States, but they don't know what the fuck happens when he isn't. No, it says senators preside in other cases.
So Roberts is like, I'm the Chief Justice of the United States. I'm not going to oversee a trial of somebody who's out of office.
Right. That's what the Constitution says. He shouldn't.
He's like, you don't have to show up, and he's like, I won't. You know what? I'll take the Constitution up on its generous offer. I'm not going to show up.
It says right here in the Constitution, Leahy might also have to vote in the trial since he is a senator, and he also is someone that's been pretty critical of Trump in the past. What else do we have here? I'm all out of order here. I'm gonna have to resort to my other document.
What happened there? What did you do with your documents?
Copy paste there. Now this is going to be really challenging because Bubba's not here and I have to do 3 things at once. Fuck.
Oh, this is where the 2 screens, you guys are done with the 1 screen with no Bubba here to help you with this.
Okay, here we go. Here we go. Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer did not say whether there would be witnesses or not in the trial that is scheduled to begin the week of February 8th. So that's when the trial is going to begin. And no one has any clue how long the trial will be because they don't know if there's going to be witnesses or what's up. Something tells me Schumer has a bit of buyer's remorse at this point. Wouldn't you say so?
Yeah. Well, wait. Why would Schumer have on taking this on kicking it off the impeachment? Well,
yes.
Why are they being? I guess they feel like they're going to get it, or they want to just make a show.
Chuck Schumer has buyer's remorse because he needs 17 GOP.
He's not going to
get
those.
No. That's what I'm saying. He's not saying he's going to bring in witnesses. He's not jazzed about it anymore because he needs 17 GOP members to join with Democrats to get the 2/3 vote, and Republicans, some of which who seemed open to the idea of impeachment and were really a lot of them were really mad at Trump a few weeks ago, as was everyone. Are like now they're saying, you know what, this is dumb. He's not even in office anymore, so this seems unconstitutional to begin with, and it's just going to be divisive, and everyone's going to get mad at each other.
Well,
so
why didn't we?
I don't really want to do it anymore.
I thought we called this that it should end back then with Trump getting the belt for impeachment numbers and Pelosi getting the belt for impeachments to Trump.
Yeah,
then it's over.
I tend to agree with those Republican senators. I don't know about the constitutional part or not, but with the divisiveness, I agree with, and maybe just don't vote Trump in the primaries in 2024 unless you want to see several more impeachments. I don't know.
Right,
it's a waste of fucking time.
Yeah. Anyways, while the legislative branch is not letting go of the orange man, the judicial branch is totally done with him, as on Monday, the Supreme Court brought an end to lawsuits over whether Donald Trump is illegally profiting on his presidency, saying it's a moot point for us now that he's no longer president. This is the first and
because every president does that as soon as they leave office, so now it's not a crime for him to do that.
Not that particular thing for that. He's not president anymore. But this is the first and apparently what is just a rash of backed up court cases for Trump. A lot more are expected to get booted for the same reason. He's no longer president. But then there's also a lot of cases from before he was president that were put on hold that will now resume. So Trump's
those might be more trouble for him. Yeah.
Trump's lawyers are going to be getting paid for a while. Nice. The case that was thrown out by the Supreme Court was from Maryland and the District of Columbia, D.C., and high-end restaurants and hotels in those areas in New York that said Trump was stealing their business by getting all the important clients to go to his properties and hotels because he's the president. But that's gone.
Wow.
Yeah.
Man, that's salacious.
So sorry.
Crazy.
He can also He also may have pardoned himself without us knowing too. I heard that there's secret pardons and all.
Pocket pardons. Yeah, maybe we'll find out. A case from Manhattan subpoenaing his tax returns is still open, and probably the funniest case that is out there is an appeal that Trump has an appeal, and that's in jeopardy of going away as well. But he's appealing a decision from a few years back that said he cannot block any critics on Twitter for having different
because he was president,
for having different views as him on at Real Donald Trump. So he just had to he was trying to block all these haters and he couldn't, but now he's not president, so he's had the appeal open, but also they might throw it out because he's a private citizen now, so he should be able to block people, but also he doesn't have Twitter anymore. He got suspended forever.
Well, but we'll see what happens there. You think Jack will take him back eventually?
I don't know, but that's a funny ass trial
because he wants to be able
to block people.
Yeah,
and that's funny. All right, and he also in lawsuits, Dominion Voting Machines officially filed a $1.3 billion defamation lawsuit against Rudy Giuliani.
It's a big number.
Yeah. So expect him to be looking like this again.
Yeah. His hair is going to be melting something fierce. That's a lot of dollars to be staring down the barrel of,
That's
on the
more than he
lawsuit.
has, I'd imagine. Dominion said they plan on just playing Giuliani's rally speeches from the last several months and then resting their case.
Well, I mean, like what? But how do they? I guess Dominion. They got to settle on this stuff, right? There's no way they're gonna get that. It really goes all the way.
They're saying he defamed them, which he definitely did. But Giuliani, seemingly unfazed by something that will surely bankrupt him, said Dominion's defamation lawsuit for $1.3 billion will to investigate their history, their finances and practices fully and completely, and that he might himself file a countersuit against the company for violating his rights.
There you go.
Bluff.
I mean, we way more entertaining than the Trump impeachment trial, is going to be the Giuliani Dominion lawsuit. That is going to be wild.
Definitely,
we'll definitely keep an eye on that.
Or fireworks. I mean, you know how the Trump thing's going to turn out, right? Like, what would have to happen for 17 senators? They only got 13 House of Reps.
It won't happen.
Yeah.
It won't happen.
I can't imagine any scenario where you would have 17. Yeah.
I think going to be 50-50. Lastly, or maybe a couple no votes. Lastly, in a move no one saw coming, Joe Exotic has switched over to asking Joe Biden to pardon him from his lengthy jail sentence. You may recall he was pretty upset when Trump did not pardon him. He laid down this beauty of a tweet. Let me pull it up. We talked about it a little bit on a previous show, but taking it to the internet. Joe Exotic says, I was too innocent and too gay to deserve a pardon from Donald Trump. I only mattered to Don Jr. and needed to make a comment about me to boost his social media post. Boy, were we all stupid to believe he actually stood for equal justice. His corrupt friends all come first. It's just him with a tiger. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Well, yeah, that's true, but he just wasn't as cool as Lil Wayne or Kodak Black, basically.
He was too. Well, now Joe Exotic is Team Joe Geriatric, as he has reportedly sent a series of emails to the Biden-Harris offices with evidence in them that Mr. Exotic feels will help prove why he should be pardoned. And the disgraced former Big Cat Zoo owner also buttered up the new VP in his emails, saying he has faith in the Biden-Harris presidency and that he watched a TV special on Vice President Kamala Harris and thinks that she can help clean up the corruption in the DOJ and other agencies. So there
He'll
you
say
go.
anything. He'll say anything.
So there you go.
Okay.
Yeah, those emails surely will work for Joe Exotic, and we'll see him on the streets again very soon. Good emails there, idiot.
Yeah. Well, Joe's doing whatever he can. Joe's one of those guys. He's gonna fire every bullet in the gun every time. Like
Absolutely.
Definitely.
Admirable. I respect
Mouth doesn't
that.
stop.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
mean,
saw a
fucking rock behind
documentary.
bars.
You seem like a sweet lady.
I got your poster up right here.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't even care that you put so many people in jail for weed. I don't care at all.
Yeah.
gonna clean up
Withholding
her own
innocent man on death row. I don't care. Yeah. You guys want to move on from that?
From impeachment,
impeachment?
the sequel
Yeah,
of
the
impeachment.
The sequel
No, let's
and
talk about
and
it all
the
day.
lawsuits. Yeah.
Can we just keep?
Christ.
Okay.
Let's just talk about it next whenever the vote happens or whatever happens. What
I
do you
think
say?
we should.
We're gonna.
Go ahead.
What do
I think
you
we should
think?
live stream, not the sequel, but we should live stream like reactions to the Giuliani trial.
That'd be more fun.
Yeah.
There's gonna be more juice there.
Mm-hmm.
But of course, I mean, maybe some juicy shit will come out. I see
We'll
that
have
people
our
are
eyes
saying.
on the sequel for
I
sure.
see people saying that the sequel is going to have all kinds of bombshell information, which they said about the first one too. So I take that with a grain of salt.
Well, I think you're right. I think like if Trump gets into any real trouble at all whatsoever, it'll be like he's got a tax subpoena and all these other things that were on hold while he was president that are nothing to do with his term in office, like things that he was doing shady business practices
Right,
prior.
just screwing his finances.
Right.
That's what they said. The cases in New York are the ones he's got to worry about.
Right.
All right, let's talk variants, guys. I hate the word variant. Let's call it what it is. It's a mutation, right? I don't know. According to some research, mutation is the process by which a strain can take on new variants. So the strain is the virus that causes the disease. So SARS-CoV-2 is the virus that causes the COVID-19 disease. It is a strain of the wider coronavirus family, including SARS and MERS. So it's a
What
little
a shitty family.
Yeah, it's a little different. So I guess it is a variant. The mutation is just the process. Yeah.
So, like Hard Factor reported like a year ago, then all those studies that showed that weed helped with SARS probably is still relevant then. Since now everybody was trying to say it's not relevant because it was a different coronavirus, and then now they're saying it is relevant again now that we're dealing with the variants. So scientists can't have it both fucking ways.
They don't know.
What are you saying? Weed's bad for the variants?
No, it helped people not catch SARS. So the assumption was that it could help people not catch coronavirus.
That's certainly what we reported.
But then scientists were like, well, it's two different variants, so you can't say it. But then now they're going back and they're saying because there's other, like, it's crazy. They compare them when it helps their argument, and they say they're nothing alike when it hurts their argument.
I liked Wes' opening, though. It was like a fucked up episode of Bill Nye.
Yeah. Well, I wanted to
Bill
get
Nye
the bottom
Virus
of it.
Edition.
It's a variant. You got to call it a variant.
Yeah.
So again, viruses doing this. Do this pretty. It's pretty normal. We again use the flu example. You need a new flu shot every year. Blah blah blah. But this variant from South Africa of the COVID-19 disease is a real bastard. But guess what? Moderna is now saying that their vaccine also works on the new variants, which is good according to them. So that's good news, right? They say the vaccine and antibodies are recognizing the new variants, and the antibodies are attacking them in the blood tests they're doing.
I believe this one. I saw this news, and I believe this report, as opposed to the we think, like the Pfizer's like, we think it'll work. I want the Moderna one now. I want to take the Moderna one. Yeah.
Yeah, you'll definitely want the Moderna one over the AstraZeneca one, and I'll get to that more later. So they did say it doesn't work as well on the South Africa variant as the UK one. And
they're having to make a new one, right?
Yeah, they're having to do a bunch of different shit. They're having to maybe make a booster shot, a third shot. So it's and your immunity might go away quicker with this South African variant.
They just kill you.
Yeah,
Can't catch it if you're dead.
Right, exactly.
Shoot you in the head.
Yeah,
Moderna.
So that's horrible news. So the South African variant's so bad that they're making extra shots for it. That's a bad outlook for us getting out of like coronavirus anytime soon, right?
You mean the second variant of more variants is already fucking with it? Yeah.
Yeah.
That's not good enough.
And there's the Brazil variant too. So
what?
Yeah, there's a Brazil variant. It's here. I'll get to that later too. By the way, I saw that going back to how I was shitting on AstraZeneca. I saw this video on BBC. They were comparing the effectiveness of the vaccines, and like Moderna's 95%, Pfizer's 95%, AstraZeneca is anywhere between 62 and 90% effective. So they're like the Spirit Airlines of the vaccine world. You get like a big bite, big gulp in AstraZeneca.
You can
vaccine.
get a D. You can get a D, a 62 at AstraZeneca. It's like a failing grade.
Yeah.
Weird.
And then they tried to say it was like eventually they're all effective because they all got passed, and I'm like 62 sounds shit to me. I don't know. So
that's terrible.
Yeah, it's terrible. Just stay away from AstraZeneca unless it's like your last resort, I guess.
It's news like that. I heard a guy. The guy who was checking me out at the grocery line the other day. He was like, he was talking with somebody else in front of me about whether or not he's going to take the shot. Those conversations are so funny. Like most people, I think, just have no faith in the government and are like so fucking skeptical of these shots. Like,
yeah, and whether or not you want to admit it or not, like the paranoia and the dialogue of like these things like possibly hurting you and like all this like conspiracy, it seeps into people's fucking heads whether or not
Isn't it so kind of uncomfortable though, or is it just me? Like having these conversations or like listening to these conversations reminds me of like conversations on religion where you need to be polite because some people are like, I don't trust the government, but
and other people are like, if you don't do it, you're a horrible person.
You're going to kill all of us. And then like it reminds me of like a conversation on religion where it shouldn't be happening. It feels uncomfortable.
Oh no, but it happens every day.
Yeah.
I like in the hospital, like there was people obviously there. They're like, you got to take we're wearing pins to show we've taken vaccines and stuff. And then you go like to the grocery store and people are like, I ain't taking that shit. Fuck that. The government's crazy. It's like. It's just happening all the time.
Depending on who I'm talking to, I'm like changing my story just to like, get out of the room.
Yeah, it's like remember when we were doing those
whatever you want to hear is what I'm going to tell you.
Right. Remember we were doing this man on the streets and we'd ask people who they were voting for, and no one would say it. Like it's just kind of like that.
It's vaccine or not.
It's uncomfortable.
Like that's a new thing.
Yeah. But they are saying that these things are mutating way faster than they thought. From the New York Times, the variant identified in Britain has been found in at least 20 states in the U.S. The version found in South Africa has not been reported in this country yet. But on Monday, health officials in Minnesota announced they have documented the first case of the Brazilian variant.
Right.
So fuck, it's just
that's going to be intense. Everything from Brazil's way too serious and intense.
Well, it's COVID with toxoplasmosis gondii.
That's what I'm saying.
So it's like
their men are all aggressive. Their women have big butts.
It's aggressive COVID. Yeah.
It's going to be an aggressive variant.
Yeah, I don't want the Brazilian variant.
It's COVID that can give you an arm bar.
Yeah.
So it's like a cat and mouse with these variants in the vaccines. Sounding like every other year, every 3 years you can need a new one.
Sounds like the mice are doing pretty good. Lots of mice out there. Not many cats. Yeah,
right. And like I said, Moderna with the booster shot that could be effective, make it more effective against the South Africa virus. So, also, these new vaccines will not have to undergo as much testing as the original vaccines. So much easier to sneak in the microchips on the later vaccines.
There you go.
But
they're all funded by Bill Gates.
Yeah.
Maybe they thought that you would know that, so they put them in the first ones, or they have them in all of them. Who cares?
If the chips are in there, they're in all of them.
Who was
no
the guy?
Chance.
Who was the guy we interviewed that said there was little mosquitoes?
Oh, Rick Wiles.
Rick Wiles.
I
wonder what the fuck he's saying about the vaccines.
Oh.
Nothing good.
He ain't taking it.
He is not into the vaccines.
No. It's just a needle full of nano bugs going in.
Oh God! I saw a funny meme with the guy. The meme with the guys at the desk, and it says like prove me wrong. It says you aren't worth microchipping. Change my mind.
Oh, that's a good
funny.
one.
That's
That's a real good one.
Yeah, I thought that was pretty good. So to combat this new variant and variants, President Biden is banning anyone from South Africa from visiting the United States starting Saturday, causing a huge rush of South Africans infected with the variant to fly over here in the next few days. He also extended the ban on to the UK, Brazil, Ireland, and a plethora of other European Union countries that was supposed to expire today, as President Trump had lifted those bans. But Biden said, nope, not today, Jack. You ain't skipping this pond, buddy. Using a lot of...
Keep that malarkey over on that side of the pond.
That's right.
That's right. He said, "Don't come on, man."
That's right. And the White House spokesperson with a lot of logic. With this pandemic worsening and more contagious variants spreading, this isn't the time to be lifting restrictions on international travel. So sounds right. What about international herd immunity, though? Is that a thing? I want to check on that.
Not. I think that's you're
I
not
think we'll
supposed
find
to
out.
do that.
We're gonna find out eventually.
That's right. So it's fucked up. Yeah, these variants are fucked up, but hopefully these...
Oh, man, the coronavirus is so cool and chill and just so easy to handle.
It's working overtime, tell you that. Yeah. Worldwide, over 100 million, 250,000 cases, over 2.148 million deaths. U.S., over 26 million cases and over 430,000 deaths. So, yeah, pretty good, right? Pretty great.
That's not good.
No.
Coronavirus is terrible. This is like... Not a great couple of year stretch, Coronavirus just ruining it for everybody.
So this year's gonna stink too, but luckily all of our sponsors kind of help out with the coronavirus. Like I know we don't have Caliper this week, but they help out. Blue Chew, you stay at home and you fuck.
Trust me, you bang a lot.
Paint your life.
Yeah.
You bang a lot. Paint your life. You're looking at this beautiful painting indoors. All of our sponsors are helping out during.
Well, in Hard Factor, we're the news is terrible.
Stereo. We're doing more shows on stereo.
news
That's
is
additional
true.
content.
That's what I think we're about to talk about that stuff, right, Wes? Is that...
Well, yeah, we're about to talk about Blue Chew because that update was brought to you by Blue Chew. Guys, remember what the days when you were always ready to go, just ready anytime. Now,
hey, leave those clothes off.
That's right. Yeah, it's like the
I'll
guy
be ready
in
in a second, yeah.
It's like the kid in the field. Now you can increase your performance and get that extra confidence in bed. Listen up, BlueChew.com. That's blue like the color blue. Blue Chew brings you the first chewable with the same FDA-approved active ingredients as Viagra and Cialis. You can take them anytime, day or night, full stomach, so you can be ready whenever an opportunity arises. And by opportunity, we mean when she stamps your ticket to Bone Town. You know what I mean? If you could benefit from more confidence where it counts, Blue Chew is the fast and easy way to enhance your performance. Blue Chew is prescribed by online licensed physicians, so you don't have to go to the doctor's office or wait in line at pharmacy. Ships right to your door in a discreet package.
Discreet.
Very discreet, yeah.
Easy.
Right. They're made in the USA, and since Blue Chew prepares and ships direct, they're cheaper than a pharmacy. No awkwardness. Can you imagine? Here you go, Wes. Here's your boner stuff. None of that. Right now, we've got a special deal for our listeners. Visit BlueChew.com and get your first shipment free when you use our special promo code HARDFACTOR, all one word. Just pay $5 shipping. Again, that's BLUE chew.com, promo code HARDFACTOR to try it free. Blue Chew is the better, cheaper choice, and we thank them for sponsoring the podcast. And remember, when you support our sponsors, you make this podcast possible. So please be sure to use our promo code HARDFACTOR at BlueChew.com and have a blast.
Yeah. You guys should be sending us Christmas cards this year for the free Blue Chew.
You're gonna want that free shipment.
Yeah.
Also, this show today is also brought to you by Stereo. That's another partner that we're working with now, along with Blue Chew. Stereo is a free live broadcast social platform that enables people to have real conversations in real time. And so Stereo is something that we're going to start doing very soon. You got to get on there. You got to download. It's an orange and black microphone app in the App Store. You can get it at Android or Apple stores. Download the app. We're going to start doing live shows on there. The app allows podcast creators to build a more intimate relationship with your fan base by engaging directly in conversations. So basically, it's like when you open the app, it's a bunch of like two-person podcasts, kind of like radio conversations, and you can scroll through. So pretty soon we'll be announcing when we're going to have shows with the Hard Factor boys in there. So download the app, follow Hard Factor Mark, Hard Factor Pat, Hard Factor Will, and Hard Factor Wes, and then you'll be notified when we go live on Stereo. And it's like a little radio show with two hosts, and you can put questions in real time. We're going to start doing it later this week. So remember,
when do you guys want to do
app.
it? Do you want to do it Wednesday, Friday, today, or later today or Friday? Because Thursday we're double booked. So what day do you guys want to do it? Let's announce it now.
It'll be Wednesday or Friday.
Wednesday.
Let's try to do Wednesday night. So sometime be aware.
Wednesday, like 5 o'clock. What the commute home? How about the Eastern time commute home? Like around 5 o'clock Eastern.
So tomorrow at 5.
Wednesday at 5. Mark and Wes will be doing Wednesday at 5. Mark and Wes will be doing a stereo show, 5 Eastern. So remember, download the app, follow the four of us: Hard Factor Mark, Hard Factor Pat, Hard Factor Will, and Hard Factor Wes. And then it's free, totally free. It's going to be cool. We're going to start doing shows on there. We're working with Stereo for the next few weeks, so you're going to hear more about them, and you should hear us on there because it's going to be fun. All right, but let's move it on to the lightning round. Thank you to our sponsors for sponsoring the show. But now it's time to talk about some funnier news. Well, the first story is not that funny. From Pete Fitz in the Hardo Hive comes a report of protesters in Bellingham, Washington, overrunning their local city hall the same way that the U.S. Capitol was overrun on January 6th. So there was a protest. Instead of stopping the steal, they were protesting better rights for homeless people. And the city hall was locked on a Saturday. All of the people got into the building somehow anyways, and you wouldn't believe it, but it's because a 100-person homeless camp directly outside of city
looks like
hall.
Austin.
Yep. So because
Was
there's
it the homeless that stormed the building?
Yes. So they were protesting for their own rights, and then they stormed the locked city hall. The mayor had to be evacuated, but he says that he's just going to keep providing them stuff to try to help them leave voluntarily and not leave by force. So
what a smelly protest! What a smelly storming! Like you're going to have to fumigate that building now.
Well,
yeah. Talk about turning the other cheek. They break, you get evacuated, and you're like, okay, I'm just going to ask them to move back a little bit, but I'm still going to give them free water. Also in the Pacific Northwest, Tacoma, Washington is under extreme protests after the video that shook West to his core of a sheriff SUV running over some illegal street racers who had surrounded the car. It's a fucking insane video. And Wes, what are your thoughts? I know this was it didn't hit me hard. It's a very disturbing video because they literally run over some dude twice, but they fucking surrounded the cop's car. They're banging on the window. He's a sitting duck. He or she's a sitting duck. He doesn't know if someone's gonna come up with a gun and shoot his ass. If you surround a cop car, make him feared for his life, expect your ass to get run over. Sorry. Yeah.
By far the most shocking part was when like you said, like the back tire went over the person
Yeah.
that ran over. It was like,
Yeah.
doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. I was like, oh, no.
Apparently, nobody
Don't
was
surround cop
killed.
cars and bang on the
No.
fucking windows.
That guy got a tire mark on him when he went to the hospital. Though.
He was injured.
He looked like a cartoon character because he had like tire marks on his shirt.
That guy definitely got injured. That cop has been on the force for over 30 years. He's 58 years old, a veteran. Crazy shit going down in the Pacific Northwest. Hopefully they take a couple chill pills up there. You know, they're supposed to be relaxed. Maybe going to Space Mountain will chill them out. A little space news for you fellas. Don't forget that the NASA Perseverance is landing on Mars on February 18th, and it's going to have a drone helicopter attached to that thing that lands there on Mars. So not only are you going to get better groundwater surveillance from the Perseverance, you're going to get drone images and like motion shots coming from Mars very soon.
And
So that's-
sound, too, right?
I think maybe so.
Yeah, I think we're going to, hear, they're going to have microphones.
Oh,
on
right.
there, too.
So you can hear the haunting winds of Mars.
There's
That'll
more
just-
than that on Mars.
You
They're
think
gonna-
so? Do you think that this thing is going to find like evidence of things of things being active below ground?
I hope for the first go up there's sake that they don't discover it for the first time when they're up there. I hope that a drone or something discovers.
The Perseverance just goes missing one day.
Yeah.
Hopefully the robot takes that on the chin for the people. Also in space, some quacks. Well, they call themselves scientists, but this is not possible. They think they can build an entire space colony for people to live in just 15 years from today. So it is January 2021.
Better get to work.
Yeah, they think that it's by 2026 they're going to have a space colony supporting hundreds of thousands of peoples in an asteroid belt between
Wait.
Mars and Jupiter.
Looks like a
Did you
Mario
say-
Kart level.
Did you say 2026 or 2036?
No, 2036.
It's 5
sorry.
years. Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
sorry, 2036. Sorry,
Yeah.
15 years. 2036. You're right. So, but they're going to Ceres, which is the biggest asteroid inside an asteroid belt between Mars and Jupiter, and basically you'd have to become an asteroid miner, and this thing would sit outside of an asteroid and get pelted with smaller asteroids all the time. And apparently that's a livable situation. Better than Earth is what these scientists are thinking.
You know these space station people. What if you came home from a space station? You know how like they go up there for whatever, like 5-10 years. What if your like first trip off of the space station was in 2020, and you got COVID? COVID years. You're like you were up in a space station by yourself for like 5 years.
It's still
and then
better
you
than
got-
the space
and then
station.
you got rotated off.
Anything is better than that space station.
It's better, but it's not much better. I think that's definitely an excuse for you to be going nuts at
But
the
what
bars
if you-
without a mask. Those people shouldn't have to wear a mask if you're on a space station.
Yeah.
If you're coming back from a space station,
You're coming back
today,
from a space station trip that like you were doing, like you should be able to not wear a mask.
yeah, that's. I mean, you should. The space station, though. Imagine if you had like 150,000 people living in it. Could be kind of fun.
Right.
That's
No,
what
I
they're
mean,
talking.
yeah.
It'd be a
It's
fuck
like
fest.
what about
that's-
like
what
the
I'm saying,
movie
get
WALL-E?
laid.
Like, everyone gets fat and then like
Well, no, they're
like,
miners. These people can't
Oh,
get
yeah, they'll
fat.
be
They
in
have
good
to
shape.
take a space elevator down to the fucking asteroid and like bring up rocks. It's
They're
a
gonna-
horrible life.
Well, will they run out of booze? Because you'd need to get
No, you'd
Fire
have to have
hose, yeah.
booze shipments regularly
drugs
from Earth.
like fun drugs.
Now you can't go up there until they perfect the turning urine into booze. That's the only way it's gonna
Yeah.
happen. You're not
I'm
gonna get
saying.
anyone up there.
Until you
need an
can pee
unlimited
yourself
supply.
beers.
Yeah.
That'd be awesome. Peeing yourself beers would be such a cool trick.
I'm
if
just
you
gonna
could do
pee
that.
in my mouth.
All right. Next up in the lightning round is the animal corner. Lots of animal updates today. There's going to be even more animal updates tomorrow, if you can believe it. A man in Austria tried to smuggle 74 iguanas, from Tanzania through Austria, inside a plane, inside his socks and ice containers inside his luggage. I guess he did not understand how x-ray machines work. And this is a picture, if you're watching youtube.com/hardfactnews, of a baby chameleon. Most of these chameleons chameleons. Sorry, I said iguanas earlier, but they're chameleons. Most of these chameleons were babies, and they are cute as babies. So
Chameleon
turn
is by
into it
far
if they
my
wanted.
favorite lizard.
They're a chameleon. what was this guy just like itching his feet? And they're like, they all thought like he had a rash because he's got 70 iguanas in his
No,
socks?
like he just
What was
like
he doing?
popped one into a sock and then put it inside his luggage. Like he thought like literally they wouldn't see the iguanas because they were inside of different things, and it's like no,
Right.
they have X-ray machines so they can see all the iguanas. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, sorry, chameleons. Sorry, Wes.
It's okay.
I keep messing that up. I'm really sorry. I know you love chameleons.
This, you know,
Chameleons are awesome. They're way better.
the size thing is what's getting me. When you say socks and you say iguana, I'm like, that doesn't make any fucking sense.
Then they would really be bad at their job if they didn't find it.
I got to brush up on my lizards. Moving on to other.
You got that new father brain.
Moving on to other animals. A cat known as Tuxedo, who was a neighborhood king in New York City, was mauled to death by 2 pit bulls after their horrible owner's encouragement. So R.I.P. to Tuxedo, and whoever sent this in, stop stoking Wes's fear of pit bulls. I blame the owners in this one.
God.
So
Well, he got meat. That person sent it in and hurt my feelings and Wes's feelings.
No, I actually found that on New York Post.
you put this in? Oh my
I did.
gosh, Wes. Wes
You
is
put it in.
Hey, we got
Wes
the
is
word out, didn't we?
Just propagating pit bull slander. All right, there's going to be other animal updates tomorrow. Joey Scott sent one in about a full truck of bees that flipped over on the highway between Austin and San Antonio. So that had to be a painful thing to clean up, right? You had like firefighters had to go out and clean up just a giant beehive that flipped over on the highway. That's tough.
That's a mess. It's a
90
box. It's a real box of tarantulas.
Yeah. But yeah, they had to kill all the bees, so it's tough for the bees too.
Was it Big Ounce?
No, it wasn't
Speaking
big
of killing
ounce.
all the bees,
And Rick Holt sent in some animal updates from Down Under. We'll have to get to those tomorrow, hey mates. And Target's trying to save the coconut monkeys. We're gonna get to that tomorrow as well. And finally, in the lightning round, from Joe Kruger and dairy farmer Adam comes a tale from Sonora, Mexico, where a woman has been arrested for stabbing her husband after finding a picture of him with a younger woman on his phone. The thing is, the younger woman was her several years ago. So the husband
Amazing.
finally got, so the husband finally got around to digitizing all of their sweetheart pictures from when they were younger, put them on his phone. She looks through his phone, finds it, fucking stabs his ass, thinking that he was with the younger girl. I guess
death?
he calmed her down, but the neighbors called the cops and she was arrested, obviously.
Punched her in the face.
Yeah, because she fucking stabbed him. But that's talk about like whoopsie.
It's a backfire.
who are you with this beautiful woman that you look so happy with?
Yeah.
It was her.
Like, oh, honey, you've aged so much, you just don't even recognize yourself.
That's the sweetest thing I've ever heard anyone do in a long time, and he got stabbed for it.
Yeah.
No good deed goes unpunished. It's the old saying.
Digitized it. He probably didn't even know how to do that. He had to look up how to do
Yeah,
it.
it was a huge thing for him.
Yeah, huge
months.
project.
Yeah.
Spent months doing that.
I can't wait to see the look on her face. Stabbed.
Well, that's going to do it for Heart Factor today. Thank you so much for sticking with us in 2021. We've got a lot of new stuff going on, and we can't thank you enough for sticking with us as we figure it all out. Be sure to subscribe, download, and tell a friend if you love the show. But most importantly, have a great fucking day.